Good evening, Big Bang Theory viewers. Stick around. Mr. Beast has some wrestlers on his show. Why the Jaguars will never be seen on WWE programming, I think. And a man I'm scared to put on television, but we're going to try. Scott Steiner is here. I hope I don't get censored. Also NXT superstar Javon Evans joins us. Going Ringside starts right now.
Influencing pop culture, politics, and everything in between. Taking you ringside as we discuss the crazy world that is professional wrestling. This is Going Ringside.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The big bad booty daddy, Scott Steiner, joins us in just a few minutes. Can't believe I just said that out loud. But we got to talk about some big headlines going on right now. The first involves Mr. Beast. So he snagged a couple of wrestling stars for his Beast Games 2, which just debuted on Amazon. The Bella Twins are part of the celebrity-filled cast, which includes stars like Kevin Hart, Howie Mandel, and many others. And WWE continues to have close ties with the NFL as members of the Buffalo Bills were ringside on a recent episode of SmackDown, but I don't expect that to happen with the Jacksonville Jaguars anytime soon because, of course, they're owned by WWE's competition, Shad Khan's son, Tony Khan, for AEW. So this issue kind of came up in 2023 when WWE released some championship belts for every NFL team. Well, the Jaguars belt quickly disappeared from store shelves. Fanatics claimed it sold out, but there has been some mass speculation it had something to do with the Jags' links to AEW. Who knows? Anyway, plus, a lot of WWE content just moved off of NBC's streaming platform, Peacock, at the end of the year. There are reports much of it's moving to Netflix. I've seen some myself, but some of it's there, not everything. I haven't seen the entire complete library that Peacock had, so it's unclear for the timeline for everything moving over. Well, now we got to talk about our first guest, a guy who I was a little nervous to put on broadcast television. Big Papa Pump, the guy who every time he was in the ring, Scott Steiner, they would be fearful because they're like, Scott Steiner has a live microphone. Not the best idea, but I wanted to put him on. He's one of my favorite of all time. You give him a microphone and you just watch and your jaw drops. What is he going to say next? Here is Scott Steiner. I'm here with Scott Steiner. We are excited to be joined by Big Papa Pump. Scotty, what are you doing now?
Oh, just doing any conventions, enjoying life. My oldest boy plays at Jacksonville State football.
Really?
And my youngest boy signed with Virginia Tech, play basketball.
So I've always wanted to know, how did you decide to change gimmicks when you went from the brothers to Big Papa Pump? How did that come about?
I'd been a tag team for a while.
Yeah.
We won every time there was to win. So I just got, needed time for a change. So I transformed.
You became arguably the best heel in the business. How did that come about?
I tried to be better.
How did that come about so quickly? How did you know to do that coming from a babyface tag team for so long?
Well, you got to look at the fans' perspective, I was a tag team for so long. I want to totally get away from all that, so I bleached my hair and then try to piss the people off.
You did piss them off pretty well.
I tried, man.
So what are your thoughts of when you went to WWE? What was that transition like? Was that good, bad?
It was all right. I wouldn't say it was, I'd rather have been WCW. I wish it wouldn't have folded.
Really?
Yeah, well, then it's a monopoly then. It's only one game in town, so it was good for them. Well, actually, it wasn't good for them because they lost ratings too,
Yeah.
Because when the ratings wars were going on, it was great. We were getting like an 8 share, 7 share going against each other. And then when that got taken away, their show went down too also.
I talked to a lot of fans who would have liked to see you in Austin. Would that have been a good feud or not?
Oh, yeah. No, I wrestled Steve in WCW.
Well, yeah. But when he was Stone Cold.
That would have been great. I would have loved it. Him. Wrestle The Rock. Those guys were at the top of the game.
How would a Rock, Big Papa Pump feud have gone down, do you think?
Oh, man. A disaster. I would have had to change my name to the Big Bad Booty Daddy or Big Daddy Disaster.
So what was like working with Steph? Because you had a lot of stuff with Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, it was their dad's business, so, she's part of their Oh, she's cool.
She was good to work with. Were you worried about going a little too far at all during that time?
Well, no, I couldn't do as much as I wanted.
Yeah.
I was like, handcuffed.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do everything.
How you and your brother doing? You guys keep in touch very much?
Oh yeah, we live like 2 miles from each other.
So you're always
So
together.
he's on the school board, and he's in real estate.
Are you up in Atlanta now?
Yeah.
The Atlanta area?
Yeah.
So in general, you just loving life and everything?
Yeah, just enjoying my time.
I got to ask one story from the booker here. Told me that you were in Jacksonville last year. There was a problem at your hotel, like the water wasn't running or something. And he told me you were like, I'm the big bad booty daddy. Why are they not getting the water running for me?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
Well, Scott, thank you so much for joining us in Jacksonville today. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
I heard that rumor that it's a story out there at a Jacksonville hotel. Who knows? Scott doesn't remember it, but we asked. And keep in mind, so Scott Steiner is also Braun Breaker's uncle. And I've talked to Scott a little about Braun before, and he says, well, he keeps stealing my stuff, although he didn't use the word stuff. He says he's a Steiner. So the Steiner lineage, definitely huge in WWE right now with Braun Breaker. And you see so many comparisons, even though he's Rick's son. You see a lot of Scott Steiner and Braun Breaker with what he's doing on TV right now every week on Raw. And I've heard some rumblings that we could see more Steiners showing up in WWE. I don't know if his sons or Rick and Scott themselves. We'll be watching, but I love Scott Steiner. He was definitely one of my favorites of all time. And one of these days, we're going to talk about his Steiner Math promo, one of the greatest promos ever. Well, coming up, he's one of the hottest stars in WWE NXT. There's a talk about him making a jump to the main roster. Javon Evans joins us. You don't want to miss it next.
This is Going Ringside.
Welcome back. Oh, so I got to talk about one of the guys. Everyone, when I mention his name, they're like, oh, I like him. Oh, he's really good. Oh, he's only 21 years old. We're talking about Javon Evans. Javon Evans is right now going to be on NXT, probably just coming up in just a little bit, right after our show. And he's showing up on the main roster a lot. Javon Evans, as I said, young. He's got the world ahead of him, and he's got the pizzazz. He's got the moveset. He's got things that no one has, and an interesting background. You want to hear about what he used to do before he showed up in WWE. That's a little bit. Just listen to it. Here is NXT superstar. We got Javon Evans. We're excited to be joined by one of the hottest stars in all of NXT. Let's say WWE we got going on right now. Javon Evans. Javon, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Appreciate you for having me, OG. How you?
Good. What is going on in your world right now? You have been in a lot of brutal feuds as of late.
Yes, I have. I don't know. I feel like I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm just trying to be myself, and people either love it or hate it. So,
well, let's talk about. I got to drop a name on you, Obafemi.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been going at it. Discuss. Oba's a powerhouse.
Oba is for sure a powerhouse. And look, Oba's a beast. But I was raised to never be afraid of anybody. So I love Oba. That's the homie. You know what I mean? But he knows how I get down. And as you can tell, we have great matches together. You know what I mean? But Oba's a beast. Oba's a beast for sure.
How do you plan to fight him? I mean, what do you do?
So I try to do it with speed. Everybody has their own different, different thing. Me, I try to slow him down. I try to get him tired. You know what I mean? Because once you get Oba tired, it's wraps. You can do whatever, Now, there are some times where he'll catch you lacking. Like, if you go to the outside and he'll, hit you with that chop on the apron, you might be done for.
But you can tire him out.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's a possibility. For sure.
Trick's kind of in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
You keep having to deal with Trick Williams one way or the other.
Yeah, Trick, he pops up out of nowhere sometimes. For what reason? I have no idea. But he's smooth too. Trick Williams, he's a star. I feel like that's what stars do. They pull up whenever they want to.
So you were on the card for Cena's last match, is that right?
Yes, sir, yeah.
What was the environment like there? Was it like a normal show in DC, or was the vibe different?
So the vibe was different, but in a good way. You know, everybody was in great spirits. Of course, it was very busy, but everybody was there. Everybody was having a great time, and yeah, it was an honor to be present. You know, it was an honor to experience all that.
Was everyone sad after the retirement? I mean, there was a lot of debate over how we went out.
I don't think everybody was sad. It was just emotional, you know, because we realized somebody that we grew up watching or we've watched for a very long time, he's he's done, you know. And when he says he's done in the ring, he means it for sure. You know, I know for a fact.
That it's over.
Oh yeah, I know for
Yeah.
a fact that it's over. He's not he's not stepping in this gear no more. That is wraps.
Let's talk about you in 2026. The new year is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
What's coming for you? What would you like to happen?
Um, Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want bigger and better opportunities, but the only way for that to happen is to work harder. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work my ass off until these bigger and better opportunities happen for me, for sure.
You flirted with main roster.
Hmm.
Is that a thing? Do you think?
I think that it could be in the works. But that's up to them. That's up to them whenever they feel like I'm ready. I'm just there whenever they need me. You know what I mean?
And how are you physically doing?
Physically, I
Yeah,
feel
I
great.
mean, wrestling's brutal.
It is. It is. It is. I feel great. You know, I'm still hella young, so that's great. And I've learned to stretch and do a little yoga. So,
Oh, you have? Okay.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Did you do that because of wrestling? Like, I gotta figure out some way to deal with this on my body.
Well, yeah. So like, I haven't really felt any effects yet, but for what everybody's telling me, like, hey, it's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up to you. So I'm trying to get a little head start. You know, I'm trying to go ahead and start making my body feel good because I don't want to get to the point where I have to, do yoga or I have to stretch. You know what I mean?
What would what would surprise people about being a wrestler that people don't know?
What would surprise people, man? Oh, that's not easy.
Okay.
This is not easy. It's honestly wrestling is probably one of the most like committed things you have to do. You have to stay committed to professional wrestling. Have to. Once you start, if you have a goal, you have to keep working towards that goal for it to happen. You can't like be off and on, you know what I mean? Um and of course like the training, the waiting, you know what I mean? Like it sucks. It sucks. Wrestling is a very hard sport.
And I want to pause it there because we got to go to a break real quick. We're going to have more with Javon Evans in just a minute. You got to stay tuned. You want to hear what he saw as a kid that made him want to keep doing this and do it for a living. Also, what he says about Gunther, and you got to hear his kind of politically incorrect gimmick he had before he ever came to NXT. It's interesting. You want to stick with us. We'll be back right after this.
This is Going Ringside.
Welcome back. Let's get to more with Javon Evans. You got to hear what he did, what he called himself. He probably couldn't call himself this in WWE, but he did back in the Indies, and how he decided to become a wrestler. Here's more with Javon Evans. A soundbite I saw from you recently just confounded me when you said that one of the reasons you got into it in the first place was watching Triple H put Sheamus in a pedigree through, I think, the announce table.
Yep.
How old are you at this time? Are you still a kid?
Ooh, yes. I was probably I was probably like 6 or 7.
Okay, so you're a kid, you see that. What goes through your mind? You're like, I want to do that.
Yeah, literally. I saw it and I saw the energy of the crowd, how they reacted, and I was like, this is fire. I have to be a wrestler. Like I have to be a wrestler.
So
Yeah.
the 7-year-old you to the older you, what changes to where you're like, this is not just a childhood dream, I'm going to go do this?
Oh yeah, well from the jump, once I realized that that's what I wanted to do, I was hard, like hard stopped on it. You know what I mean? Like I knew for a fact that like it wasn't even like a childhood dream at the moment. You know what I mean? Like right when I knew for a fact it was gonna happen, like it was. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
gonna happen. I don't even know if there was a point to where it just like just really just turned serious out of nowhere. You know, like I was always serious about it.
So you come in and you're meeting people like Triple H, like Sheamus, probably
Hmm.
like Shawn Michaels and
Hmm.
others. Did you get starstruck? Did you mark out at all when you first started?
Like I didn't because I realized like those were my coworkers now.
Uh-huh.
But I it was hard for me not to. You know what I mean? It was hard for me to just hold it in. You know, um, here and there, like if I see like CM Punk or Randy or whatever, and like we sit down, I'll ask a question like, all right, like so about the pipe bomb, like what was you thinking when you got it? You know what I mean? Like
So you pick his brain. You pick Punk's brain about stuff like that.
oh yeah, I picked Punk's brain, I picked Miz brain, Cena's of course, Randy's, Cody's, yeah. Every opportunity I get to pick anybody's brain, Paul Heyman's, yeah.
So you're at the Performance Center. I was down there a few months back, and
Hmm.
I'm looking around and I see Undertaker walking around. I see Jelly Roll walking around. I see
Yeah.
Booker T obviously walking around. Is it just constant, just kind of stars around there?
Yeah, yeah, just about. Maybe like every other week, like a star would just walk in, and we're like, oh wow, that's that's ISO speed, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
you know, Triple H.
What was Speed like when you saw him?
Oh, speed was cool. Speed was cool. He's he was very excited that he was doing the wrestling episode. So of course him, me, and us, like he was like, oh, this is fire, this is great.
Yeah. I got to take you back because I've seen other interviews talk to you about it.
Hmm.
I think you started in North Carolina. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Your gimmick name, if I saw right, was Blacka
Yep.
America.
Yep, Kid Black America.
How
Yep,
did
that's
that come
correct.
about? Was that your idea or how did that even
No,
start?
so my wrestling trainer was like, he wanted me to start doing shows and start getting experience, but I just wasn't that good yet to start having matches. Um, so he was like, all right, like I'll just put you under a mask and you're gonna be heel, and I'm gonna put you with somebody named Captain Black America, and that's gonna be your dad. And I was like, all right, bet, fire. And then yeah, it just took off from there. And we were the biggest heel tag team in North Carolina. Nobody was touching us.
I got to ask you about
Mhm.
that. So, being the heel that you were, did you immediately okay with that? Like, people probably hated you.
Yeah, yeah, that's wrestling. They supposed to. You know what I mean? If I'm a bad guy, I want you to not like me.
Okay.
Cause that's just the wrestling game. You know what I mean? Now sometimes if I was a heel and I was like, you know what, I'm feeling nice today, I'll just be a little cocky. Like maybe now that gives them a reason to even hate me even more. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I loved it. I loved it. You know, if they booed me, I knew I was doing my job right.
I want to get your thoughts on something that affected you guys, the TNA invasion. Now TNA's growing. What was that dynamic like having another company invade you?
It kept us on our toes for sure. I think a lot of people thought that I was like, how can I say it? A lot of people thought it was a work, or you know what I mean, like, oh, they knew it was gonna happen. We literally was walking around. I remember walking into the PC, getting some food, and then I saw maybe it was Macardona, and he was just walking around, and we're like, I'll go to the writer. I was like, what's he doing here? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, no, he's just here. I guess he said he wanted to say what's up to Sean or Bloom or whatever. I'm like, all right, okay, that's cool. Then next thing you know, the whole squad's pulling up. We're like, whoa, 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 what's going on? You know? So, yeah, no, that was a for sure like real thing, and then they just turned it into a little show.
Dream in WWE for you, a dream match, anything you would like to do that you definitely can say, I want to do that someday.
Dream match. I want to do a Hell in a Cell.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I would love to do a Hell in a Cell.
That's brutal. And you
I
would want
know.
that.
I would love to do one
Why?
because it's great. I grew up watching them, and I was like, oh, I have to do it now. You know, so I have to do a Hell in a Cell before I retire. I have to do a Hell in a Cell.
The couple people who made them famous are Sean, who we mentioned, but Taker. What's
Mm-hmm.
Taker like?
Oh, he's great. He's great. He's great. He's somebody now that wants to help. You know, wants to help the younger generation.
Yeah. Well, Javon Evans, it has been an absolute pleasure for you to come on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
And I appreciate Javon, up-and-coming major star. You'll see him probably here on NXT in just a few minutes. He's a breakout guy, I think, in 2026. He's got, just to watch him in the ring is just downright impressive. Stay with us. NXT hasn't started just yet. We have a little more for you coming up after the break.
This is Going Ringside.
Our thanks to Scott Steiner and Javon Evans. Thank you. Please go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@GoingRingside. Make sure you click the subscribe button. The biggest stars in the world every day join us there. It's free. Just click subscribe. See you back here next week.